Hi, I'm Paul Aldridge. Welcome to Australasian Bus and Coach TV. I'm here today to drive the Yutong D7. It's brand new. It's full of features, this bus, and its number one feature is safety. So let's go and take this bus for a drive. Oh, that's right, it's got a driver's door. I better use that to get into the bus. Okay, so I've just jumped behind the D7, the Yutong. It's very impressive straight away. As soon as you jump in here, it's very luxurious. It feels like you're in a coach. You don't feel like you're in a small minibus. The steering wheel's really, really nice. It's got some driver functions. I haven't had an opportunity to give those driver functions a go. But one thing that you do notice straight away is this 360-degree camera on this LCD screen. That's fantastic. I can see, you know, what's up the side of me. I've got blind spot monitoring, so it's going to be an interesting drive. What I can see straight away from a driver's point, the visibility, it's quite nice. Visibility in the mirrors are really good. We're on a bit of a bumpy road, and I'm finding that I could probably adjust. I'd probably like a larger mirror on the driver's side here, just so I could see a little bit more of the top section of the bus going into tight sort of spots. But no complaints with the left-hand mirror at all. The left-hand mirror is great. I would just like, probably, that's personal preference. One thing I must say is the engine is right here. I'm sitting on top of the engine or beside the engine. It's super, super quiet. This bus is very, very quiet. But I don't know what sort of insulation they've used down there, but they've done a great job. Sitting on 80 kilometers an hour, you wouldn't even know there's a motor down there. You can probably hear that it's very quiet. Steering-wise in this bus is really good. It's very predictable. It's not floating around. I'm turning into a bend and I sort of turning it there, and it knows. I'm on a bit of a back road here, and I'm going to test out the lane departure warning. Ah, there we go. You get a slight vibration in the steering column or the steering wheel, just to warn you that you're getting close to the line or you're on the line. At least I think that's a lot better than having an audible, annoying sound that a passenger or the passengers might hear and think, what's happening up front there? Why is that alarming sound going all the time? So here we are coming through some sweeping bends, and I'm just going to throw the retarder on. Just gone to a one stage. It's a four-stage retarder system. That one stage, it comes on quite gently, but it works really, really well. I'm just putting into second. We're coming down quite a steep incline now. Oh, 2. I can't imagine when you'd need to use 4, maybe if you wanted to pull up really fast, but 2, I'm going to have to put it back into 1. It just works so well. So we just headed up a hill. This bus has 190 horsepower, but it has an outstanding amount of torque. It has 700 Newton meters of torque. It was quite a heavy hill, and I just put my foot down and you just feel that torque just pushing you along. But the ride is really comfortable. You know, we're sitting on 90 kilometers an hour. You know, it's not noisy, it's comfortable. I could see myself doing an extended day tour in here for 3, 4, 5 hours and not be uncomfortable as a driver. And that's very important, you know. If you're an operator, you want your drivers to be comfortable, you want your passengers to be comfortable, and you want them to have had an enjoyable day, even if it is just a 20-minute trip up the road. So we've just pulled up. We're in a nice little suburban area down in Picton, and I just wanted to walk through some of the features in the driver's area. First off, we're looking here. The Allison controls. There's no more of a T-bar. It's all electronic. It's just a D, N for neutral, R for drive. So simple, electronic, and you can look down, you can see what gear it is. It actually displays on the center display LCD in the dash as well, telling you what gear you're in, if you're drive or reverse or neutral. That's very simple. But what I'm really impressed with is this LCD screen that has the 360 camera on it. It's fantastic. Show you this a little closer look of how it actually works. what's really outstanding with this 360 camera and the visual display is, if you're doing a school run in this and you've got a child outside and you don't know where you've just dropped the child off, you've got a 360 view and it'll put a text box around that moving subject and it'll show you where they are at any given time. It's amazing. It's really, really good. And I think that's an amazing safety feature, just that on its alone. Two key features of the 360 camera is when you're driving and you're in heavy traffic, you can see what's down the side of the bus. Yes, you've got your mirrors, but you've got like a full visual. It's like an overtop aerial shot of being able to see exactly where you're in that lane or where you're going to travel. But when you're in a shopping centre or parking, you've got these visuals. You can see the pole, you can see where everything is. And I think human error is going to be, you know, very minimal of hitting something. You shouldn't hit anything really, but not to say that something's going to hit you, but you've got all this protection, and I think it's a great thing to have. Another outstanding feature that Yutong have utilised is you've got air conditioning functions on the LCD. You can flick to that page on that screen and operate the aircon and go into auto mode and various things. But something that's really smart is you've got an original, just an analog dial here for the aircon. There'd be nothing worse than having the LCD just drop out or fail on you and not have air conditioning, especially on a hot day on a charter and having your passengers sweating because you don't have any way of overriding that aircon. So having that extra dial there to be able to just reach down and change that as well, I think that's a great idea. The overall experience as a driver sitting in here for a few hours is very pleasant. I must say that they were mentioning to me at Yutong that it was very coach-like, that they were trying to bring their smaller buses and make them more coach-like. Well, I think they've really done a really nice job. It does feel like you're in a coach compartment, but saying that, it feels like you're in a car at the same time. It's small and nimble, but the overall features in here are great. I love this dash, how it's dark, it's not glary. All the rest of the interior is a soft sort of cream or beige colour, but everything is at my fingertips, everything. The only probably complaint that I would have would be that, you know, some of these controls are a little bit low down here, but they're not controls that you're going to use every single day. Saying that, the driver's blinds, they're fantastic. Having electric blinds here and just having two switches that operate the electric blinds, you're not reaching out. I spent many years reaching out for a blind on a hot day and trying to get that sun out of your eyes at early morning or late afternoon. Having electric blinds, every bus should have an electric blind these days. Just check out the motions of what the steering wheel can do. You know, you can move it in and out, you can move it up and down. That's great, you know. Depending what position you want to be sitting in, you can adjust that for yourself. One thing you'll notice here in the driver's area or the host's area is you've got a cup holder here, you've got another section here that you can put loose items. Same here, driver's got another spot. There's even a spot here to put your iPhone. I just wanted to show you how easy it was to access the engine compartment from the top cover. It's as simple as that. Daily checks, oil, water, very simple. And accessibility for servicing. You know, mechanics love accessibility for servicing. They're not going to be unhappy there. And this cover actually comes off to even make it even more accessible. Another cool feature of the Yutong bus is you get an LCD TV screen that comes standard. So this Yutong bus is got 28 fixed ADR seats, seat belt. It can come with an option of reclining seats, and you can have a 2x3 option which increases the seating capacity for young children into 41 seats. So this bus has a lot of options. One thing that I do like in here that they've utilised, everybody gets a USB port in the back of their seats. So charging phones, laptops, so forth will not be a problem on the go. So I'd love to show you some features on the external parts of the bus. First off, this bus is fitted with heated electronic mirrors. If you're up in the snow, there's going to be no frosting and ice sitting on those mirrors, or even a cold winter's morning, or even when it's raining. Having heated mirrors when it's raining is fantastic, because any water that beads on there will just get
burnt off by that heat, and it's a great thing to have. The bus has so many safety features. It has daytime running lights, which is a really great feature to have, but they've really utilised the front and really changed the front of this D7. It looks very European-like. They've done a really lovely job. I love all these little chrome little inserts and stuff. And I guess this egg crate type grille, this looks really good as well. It's quite pleasant when you see it coming towards you, coming up the road. We're looking in the boxes on the side. We've got air filter here. Very easy to change the air filter. We've got the battery compartment, which is, it's really got a nice rubber around here. It's nice and sealed. But you've got an isolation switch here, but you have another one up on the dash. So you've got two forms of isolating the bus, which is really good, not just one. Fuses, just look how clean this is, and you know, it's great. Accessibility is fantastic. You know, it's a great compartment. They've done a really nice job. Next thing I'd like to show you is the 360 cameras. Here they are in the central point of the bus on the left hand and the right hand side, and that's how they work. That's how you're getting that visual from that LCD screen at any given time once you're in working and driving. So let's check out the compartment area here and just see what sort of storage we've got in the rear. What we do have in the rear here, it's only a small area of storage here. It can carry 150 kilos of weight, or just depends how many shopping bags ladies get when they're on a shopping tour, I guess. What's really good is the aircon system in the Yutong D7. They've got a rooftop air conditioning pod, which eliminates dust and moisture and all the grime off the road, and I think that would be a great thing for operators to have. Serviceability will be less time and less gunk, so yeah, that's great. What's really nice is the diesel here. The tank accessibility is behind a locked door. We've got the same with the AdBlue. That's behind a locked door because this bus is Euro 6 and it requires AdBlue. We've got the emergency access to release the door in case of emergency, because that's operated by air. You can just turn the knob and do that. So here we go around to the front of the bus, and I'm right in the center of the bus here. I've left this to last. This is the mobile eye and the radar system that determines safe driving practices and distances and measuring distances of the driving patterns of the vehicles in front of you and so forth. I must say that this bus has been very, very impressive today. The long association that Yutong has had with Cummins and Allison transmissions. This motor in this bus is a Euro 6. It's the first of its kind in the country. It's got 190 horsepower with 700 Newton meters of torque. In this little bus, no driver, I can guarantee, will be unimpressed with the power. It just drives really, really lovely. The sound in here is very minimal. They've done a great job with soundproofing. This bus is just packed with safety features. If you want to go and find out more about this bus, please go and grab a copy of the ABC Mag, and guys, we'll see you on the next one.